Nobody yesterday in Game 5 of the NBA Finals had higher stakes than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is hated by not everybody, but a lot of people that are fans of the NBA do not like Kevin Durant. And that's because he joined the Golden State Warriors right after they had a 73-win season. In the 2015-16 NBA season, the Golden State Warriors went 73-9. Broke the record for regular season wins. And my guess is I don't think that record's going to be broken maybe ever. If that record was ever broken, I would be shocked. I mean, they won 89% of their games. But when Kevin Durant, one of the best players in the world, joined maybe the best team of all time, the best player in the world joined maybe the best team of all time, a lot of people got mad. They made the argument that it was ruining the NBA because the Warriors were just going to be far too dominant. That was the narrative that came out. So what happened was that Kevin Durant's personal brand was not in a great place. Because of that move, people were angry, and his reputation was a little bit tainted. And then the ridiculous narrative became to surface that maybe the Warriors are better without Kevin Durant, because there's some statistic somewhere. They have a better win-loss record when Kevin Durant doesn't play. Right, when Steph Curry's in and Kevin Durant is out, they had a better record. I think that's the stat. It's a ridiculous idea. It doesn't make sense. It's really stupid. I think people give numbers and statistics far too much value. They matter a little bit, and they're great things for proving an argument. They're a good support structure, but if the whole narrative is based on numbers, I don't care. Numbers are something, they're not everything to me. When I watch the Warriors play basketball, they're better with Kevin Durant on the court. They have better spacing. They have an easier time getting open looks from the three-point range. I mean, Kevin Durant's probably the best scorer in the world. I'm not saying he is, but there is an argument there. And when you have maybe the best scorer and potentially the best player in the world on your team, again, I'm not saying he's the best player in the world, but you can make an argument that he is. There's no way the Warriors are worse with him on their team. That's a ridiculous notion. I don't care what the dumb number says. Forget the number. Watch basketball. They're better with Kevin Durant. Open your eyeballs. Turn your brain off sometimes. Use your eyes. Watch what you see when you watch the game. They're better with Kevin Durant. But that narrative hasn't gone away. That narrative that maybe the Warriors are better without Kevin Durant. And some people have begun to believe it. Then Kevin Durant got hurt in the NBA playoffs. And he's been out injured for a long time. So last night, he finally came back. He's been out injured for a while, but Kevin Durant's team was down in the NBA Finals. They were down 3-1, meaning that last night was an elimination game. If the Warriors lost last night, we all know their season was going to end. So Kevin Durant, who's still injured and not fully healthy, that's what still injured means. Kevin Durant decided he was going to play. And here is where the high stakes come in. People already hate him. Plus, now there's this narrative that the Warriors are better without him, which is ridiculous. But some people legitimately believe that. And the Warriors are injured. Klay Thompson's beat up. Kevin Durant is hurt. There was a very good possibility that the Warriors would have lost last night. Kevin Durant took a risk by playing. If Kevin Durant plays the entire game last night, if he plays Game 5 last night and they lose, he would have never been able to live that down. That would have stuck with him forever. It would have damaged his reputation forever moving forward if last night Kevin Durant comes back and then they lose, and people could say, well, they lost the series in the game Kevin Durant came back. That would have always stuck with him. And this is what I love about Kevin Durant's story right now, is that Kevin Durant knew that and didn't care. Said, I don't care about my personal brand right now. I don't care about what helps me. What's better for Kevin Durant was not playing basketball last night. Kevin Durant put himself aside and put his team first. And I respect that. I admire that. He said, I can help my team. I'm going to come in and play basketball. I respect that. I respect the guts to say, I'll take a risk. I will risk my personal reputation, put my team first. It would have been very easy for him to say, I'm still hurt, I can't play, and not have played. He took a chance, he played. I think that's incredibly admirable. He risked his reputation and put his team ahead of himself. I love that. Now, here's what happened. Kevin Durant played about 12 minutes, had 11 points, was 3 for 3 from three-point range, and then he got hurt, and it looked really serious. It's really sad. But before the injury, that's all I could think about was, man, I can't believe he's playing right now. I respect that. I admire that. It would have been so much easier for him to just not play. And in fact, the fact that he got hurt makes it even more outstanding to me that he did play. He took a risk. He got hurt. He probably tore his Achilles. That's what's likely to happen. We're likely going to get a report, probably honestly, between the time this podcast releases, by the time I record this podcast and get it all the way out, it'll probably be public that Kevin Durant tore his Achilles. And the thing that just sticks in my head repeatedly is, man, I respect him so much for playing basketball last night in Game 5. I just, hate him if you want. I respect that the guy put his team ahead of his own personal brand and ahead of his own personal reputation. I applaud that, and I love that. I really, really respect that. I just want to say thank you so very much for tuning in. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports. It is my favorite thing in the entire world. And my dream is to someday build Strong Opinion Sports into a company that I can run as my full-time job. And if you believe in me, if you believe in that dream, please do me a huge favor. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Another way you can help if you want to, no pressure. I have a PayPal, paypal.me/Zach Schaumler. I also have a Patreon account, patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. It'd be a huge help. That's my only source of income. If you have no money, no problem, though. I don't care. I'm a broke college kid myself. I know what it's like. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, man, I don't expect anything. It'd be a huge help if you could tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. That's the number one way you can help this show is help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast.